Good evening, I'm Brett Baer. A shocking admission tonight from the Director of National Intelligence. James Clapper told a congressional hearing today he could not say the threat from Al-Qaeda, the Al-Qaeda movement, is any less than it was after the attacks of September 11th, 2001. This comes despite repeated assertions from President Obama and his team that core Al-Qaeda is decimated and on the run. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge has tonight's top story.
The testimony from the nation's most senior intelligence and counterterrorism officials was filled with one striking revelation after another.
How would you characterize the probability of an Al-Qaeda sponsored or inspired attack against the U.S. homeland today as compared to 2001?
I can't say that the threat is any less. I think that this dispersion and decentralization actually creates a different threat and a harder one to watch and detect.
While the Obama administration insists the Al-Qaeda leadership in Pakistan, known as the core, is on the path to defeat, witnesses testified that the Al-Qaeda ideology is taking hold, with new operations across the Middle East and North Africa.
The terrorist landscape has become increasingly complex.
There are some 5 different franchises at least, and in 12 countries. That this movement has morphed into.
Lawmakers were told that more than 26,000 extremists are now operating in Syria, and of that 7,000 are fighters from the West, with the potential to return to their home countries with new training and contacts.
How concerned should we be also about Europeans or even Americans training in Syria and traveling back to the West to carry out attacks?
Well, we should be very concerned about this, Senator Feinstein. Syria has become a huge magnet for extremists.
On the Sochi Olympics, the nation's top counterterrorism official warned about Islamic extremists who promised a year ago to disrupt the games.
The biggest issue from my perspective is not the games themselves, the venues themselves. The greater threat is to softer targets in the greater Sochi area and in the outskirts beyond Sochi, where there is a substantial potential for a terrorist attack.
The spread of Al-Qaeda's ideology comes as witnesses testified the NSA